Where my girls at? Where my girls at? Independent, free spirit. Ooh, it's some serious. Where my girls at? We ain't linked up in a cool minute. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. It's going out tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going out tonight. Yeah, right. It's going out tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going out tonight. Yeah, right.
Great.
Rest on any program are those of the producers and
Thanks. Remember, girls.
Well, hey, it is time to link up with your girls. Where the girls at? All four of us are here on We Got Issues. Go on, Michael, and give us a round of applause as you bring us into the show. You can't hear me. You can't hear me. Michael. Okay, one of y'all take it. Somebody take it.
All right.
Welcome,
Welcome to Bonnie.
Okay.
We are coming to you
Can y'all hear me
live.
now?
We got
Can you hear me now?
issues. Of course, yeah. We got issues for sure today. Go ahead, Katrina.
Let me see if I can switch out my headset. I was dancing. You know how you dance it and then you realize like you singing the words to the wrong song. You just got it all wrong today. I said, where my girls at? Well, where the girls at? We are all up in, all four of us here together. It is the Force of Friendship on 9:10 a.m. the Superstation. We are coming to you, WFDF, out of Detroit, Michigan, broadcasting all over the world. It's your girl, Katrina Harris Earl. Today, I'm coming to you from snowy Chicago, Illinois. You got Sabrina Going Monday, who is coming to you from snowy Geneva on the Lake, Ohio. We got Lady Chrisette Ellis, who is coming to you from Chrisette. Is it snow? Snowy Detroit, Michigan. And then there's always that one girlfriend. There's always that one girlfriend who is coming to you from 85 degrees. She's going to tell you where she is, okay? We know you got shorts on now. Gloria Mayfield Banks, she will tell you where she is in the world. You guys, today is going to be a great show. We have a guest that I'll be introducing because one of the things that makes you feel good is when you update your home, whether you move some furniture around or whether you bring somebody in to demolish and rebuild, it just makes you feel so good. A trip to TJ Maxx and a few little things can make you feel great too. And so we're going to be talking about it today, but we got a lot to talk about. The girlfriends were together last week. We want to thank all of you that joined us live. Can you believe we all were in the same place? Call your girlfriends and get them to call into the show. Call your boyfriends, get them to call into the show, 313-778-7600. And if you're ever with someone and you want to tell them about the show, and you're like, how do I tell them how to watch it? Just get them to go to theforceoffriendship.com, click on the We Got Issues tab and all the ways they can watch. So how about you text 3 or 4 girlfriends this week and say, you got to check this show out because it is hot. So I'm going to my other girlfriend in the snow today. Sabrina Going Monday, what's hot? What's on your mind? Oh, let's just say she's going to talk about her son, y'all. Cookie Monday. Michael, this is
Celebrate. Yes, we need some applause.
Yes. Tell us about your weekend, Sabrina. Tell us about your weekend and Quincy.
You know
Monday.
she should have gone
We're
last.
Always clapping.
She'll take us to the commercial.
You know, I got some motivation. I got some motivation for you. Sabrina Goodwin Monday Motivation is my name. Well, we just got back from Ithaca, New York, where we were at the EIWA Wrestling Championships. And that is the Eastern Intercollegiate Wrestling Association. That's all the Ivy League schools. West Point, Army, Navy. Then we have Bucknell, Binghamton, a few more other colleges, but the bottom line is like the Big 12, the Big 10, everybody has, it's kind of like their regional conference. When we were at UNC, it was the ACCs. Well, this is the EIWA Wrestling Conference, the best of college wrestling. And oh my goodness, you guys, it was so exciting. Quincy has participated in this tournament 3 years. A COVID, we didn't have a situation because nobody competed. 1 year he was second runner-up. 1 year he was third runner-up. You guys, he came home as a champion. Woo, woo, woo. Woo, woo. Oh my goodness. So exciting. So exciting. Oh, I mean, the stands, the
How did it feel, Sabrina? How did it feel?
It felt so good, so good, so good. I mean, because these boys work so hard, they have to keep their weight down. They cannot even compete if they're 1/10 over their weight allowance on the scale. Y'all, can y'all imagine us if we step on the scale and we can't do life, okay?
No. We would be sick. We get mad and eat another bag of chips. We get mad and we eat another bag of chips. I'm like, I'm so mad. Let me go.
Okay. And so making weight to compete is one victory, and then going on and have the strength, the stamina. Because when you're cutting that weight, making weight, you're not at your full strength, but you have to be strong. And so it was just amazing to watch Quincy compete. And it got down, we had 4 finalists for Princeton. We had 4 in the finals. And Quincy was the only one to make it through the door and win the championship. And so we're just so proud of him. So we get ready for 2 more weeks for the national competition in Detroit. So you guys, when our young people are doing great things, because sometimes I'm a little shy, like, I don't really want to talk about it. I don't want to seem braggadocious, but these young people need all the accolades and cheering and encouragement that they can get. And so kudos to Quincy.
Wait, we're not finished. We're not finished. Wait, let's talk about this. Let's talk about how Princeton puts Quincy out on Twitter, on Facebook. I mean, Quincy is the face of Princeton. Right. Let's talk about his body. Let's talk about the pictures. Let's talk about the veins popping out of his arms. Let's talk about his shoulder. Let's talk about the curve. Let's talk about all of it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how confident he looked in those pictures. I was like, he just looked like he owned it. It's one thing to own it. It's another thing to know you own it, look like you own it. Let's talk about the proud daddy. Let's talk about that. His daddy is a gold medalist, and then he sits there. Let's talk about it, Sabrina. Talk about it just a little bit more.
Yeah. It's interesting, you guys. And they've been wrestling since they were 5 years old. And so we're used to, you hear the murmurs in the stands. There's Kenny Monday. That's Kenny Monday's son. And then, of course, they're all wanting to beat Kenny Monday's sons. That's their bragging rights. When they beat Kenny, the Olympic gold medalist son, like they beating Kenny, okay? You just would think they're beating Kenny all over again. And so, you guys, I have to be cool because in the stands, these wrestling fans are lunatics. I mean, they're like, he's tired. He can't even stand up. And I look like that. Kenny's like, don't say nothing. I'm like, I'm about to say something, okay? But God is good. We learned so many lessons. Don't give up. Keep fighting for your dreams. When you're on your back, you keep fighting. That's what I got from this weekend. When you're on your back, you better keep fighting. So thank you, girlfriends, for your support. Quincy, thanks you. It was a great weekend. Thank you.
Awesome. Exciting. Can y'all hear me now? Okay, you can. I got a headset. Look, my husband does not like me to use his headset, but I bet you I had to switch it out and go get his, right? It's like, get one. Chrisette, how are you? Before Gloria tells us about the sun? How are you?
I am doing fantastic. Oh my goodness. Over here, just beaming with so much pride for the Mondays and Quincy. You guys, I'm excited because they are coming to Detroit. They are coming downtown, what used to be Cobo Hall. It's going to be jam-packed with
with wrestling, WrestleMania. Okay, all the fans are going to be there, and believe it or not, I remember as a young girl growing up and kind of, seeing some of the wrestling, not the, what was his name? All of the fun wrestling where they had
That
on
was
the costume.
the fake wrestling.
The fake
Chris.
wrestling, right. But I'm telling you, those fans got into it. I promise you, Chuck would take Buddy to the wrestling match, and I would watch it periodically. But when I tell you, I am so excited about being able to go to my first wrestling match, and then on top of that, it's gonna be Quincy. That I'm gonna be standing up, and you know what? You guys know. Let me just say, Sabrina's one of them girlfriends. You trying to sit there, be all prime and I'm gonna be crazy, just like Sabrina. I'm gonna be screaming, "What you say? Who said what? You better not say that about my nephew." When I tell you, I'm gonna let all these braids down when I go to that wrestling match. I can't wait to be one of them mad fast, screaming. I'm not gonna know what's going on, Sabrina, but when you scream, I'm gonna scream.
Right.
Okay?
I'll educate you. Yes.
Educate me. So that's gonna be really exciting. And then the last thing I'll say is I had a great weekend. I went with my sisters, the Green Girls. We all drove to Ann Arbor. They brought, you guys, The Price is Right to Ann Arbor. And I don't know, everybody, and I might be aging myself, we grew up on The Price is Right, watched it regularly, and, played the games as if we were going to win. We said every affirmation in the book. They gonna call the Green Girls. I mean, we did videos. We prayed. We didn't fast. Maybe that's what we should have did. Right. But we did pray. We're gonna get called. And unfortunately, we didn't. But I'm gonna tell you this: we had just fun being together. It's nothing like hanging out with your sisters. You never, just take that kind of quality time. Those will be memories that we'll have for a lifetime. So I promise you, was in Chicago with my girlfriends, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then hung out with my blood sisters on Friday and just had an amazing weekend. So I'm gonna throw it to Gloria, because Gloria is the one with a little sweat on her face. A little sweat on her face. And I'm envious of that sweat.
It is hot. When I tell you it is hot down here, y'all, it is hot. It is sunny. I'm in Cartagena, Colombia. It is like 89 degrees down here. I'm so excited to be in the heat. I love to be hot. I love the heat. I really, really do love it. I feel sorry that y'all are in snow. I'm really sorry, sort of. But I would tell you, honestly, this show right here is truly why we came together, you guys. This is about girlfriends. When you think about everything else we talk about, it's about girlfriends. It's about mentorship. It is about leadership for sure. And to have Quincy be crowned champion and then go to the city of Detroit, where Chrisette owns the city of Detroit, that's going to be crazy. I mean, that's just going to be crazy. I just can't even imagine. I might have to come in for that, because when I went to my first wrestling match with Sabrina and watched Quincy and Kennedy, and my sister is all up into it. My sister has brought wrestling to New York and all that kind of stuff. So she's all up in it. I know nothing. I was hollering, and Sabrina's like, that ain't when you holler. Oh, that? Okay, so I be howling and screaming. Was that right? But it is so exciting just to be in the midst of it. And to be here like this is so fun. You guys, how about we just had 3 full days together? Then I was with my sister. Then we're with the friends. I told my sister the other day, I said, okay, so it was supposed to be Women's International Month, but for me, it's been Amy's Sister Month, because everywhere I go around, I'm Amy's sister, Amy's sister, Amy's sister. Right. All week long, it was Amy's sister. And then Wendy said she got on the airplane coming from Florida, and she said she met somebody like, oh, you know, Glory Mayfield Bank. So we were just dying. We were just talking about what a legacy our mother left. What a legacy our mother left, because it happens to us all the time. So I was cheering for the Price is Right. Y'all had the cutest shirts on. There was so much electricity with the Green Girls. We just knew y'all was gonna get called, because they always call the craziest people, and y'all were definitely up in that craziness. Definitely. So Katrina, I am ready for this show, because when I tell you, I have zero of all my girlfriends, y'all. All my girlfriends and their mama, this is the least decorative girlfriend. I am the least talented.
We agree.
And they agree. So Katrina, go ahead. Go on with the show.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'll tell you, if you own a home, you know that there are few things more exciting than embarking on a remodeling project. And even if you're in an apartment, we're going to talk today about things you can do that can make it your own. You know, it takes a lot of hard work and can be quite costly, but we're going to give you some great DIY and some ways to make it cost effective. We're going to talk about what's happening in the industry. Our guest today particularly specializes in kitchen and bathroom renovation. And we're going to meet her as soon as we come back from the break, you guys. You're going to learn about this $762 billion industry in 2020, home improvement.
Wow.
We will be right back. 762 billion with a B, okay? Wow. Who needs a new bathroom? We'll talk about it when we come right back.
We're back on.
Yes, we had to bring some Riri in because we're talking about the house that Jack built, Jill built, everyone built. Thank you, Michael, for bringing us in with Riri, talking about this is the house that Jack built. I'm excited to bring our guest in. She is a friend of mine, and so go ahead and bring her in, Dorothy. This is Karen D. Carter, who is in Nashville, Tennessee. She is a interior designer who specializes in kitchen and bath design renovations. Your new best friend. Okay, your new best friend. The name of her company is Deshelle Design Studio. And I knew Karen way back in her California days. She's lived on the East Coast. Now she's in the Midwest. We are so excited to have you on the show. And she watches We Got Issues. So we appreciate you being on. Karen, welcome to We Got Issues. Welcome. How are you?
Yay.
We want to have you start off, just
So glad to be
introduce
here.
yourself and
Can
tell
you all
us,
hear me?
yeah, we got you. We got you. Tell the tribe a little bit about you and who you
Oh,
are and
good.
what you do.
Okay. Well, I was born and raised in California, Northern California, San Francisco Bay Area. That's where I met Katrina. I was one of her red jackets way back in the day. But what I'm doing now is really my passion. Is kind of what I've been doing since I was 5 years old. Not really knowing that it was going to be a career type thing or that I could do it as a career. But when HGTV came about, it intrigued me and it caused me to, really think about it and say, hey, I could kind of do this and get paid. I didn't know until I went to design school and they talked about it being a career and you being able to gain, and be your own boss at that time. So that got me involved in interior design. It is a passion. It's not a job to me. It is career. I love every facet of it, even the challenges and everything else. But I love what I do.
I'm so excited. I mean, we're going to talk about it all, Karen, and the girlfriends have heard me talk about it. I really, I love my home. It's beautiful. And after you've been in your home for 20 years, you look around and you go, oh, I want to change that. I want to change that. So right now I want to do it all. Like I'm doing it all. So we're going to talk about shifting preferences of homeowners. A lot of homeowners are moving their home to be more energy efficient. Luxury living spaces are significantly contributing to the industry expansion. Rapid
Hold on, I
urbanization,
lost you.
along with government initiatives, provide incentives and tax credits even for when you're building and making your house more efficient. This really captured my eyes, the
Can't
increasing
hear
adoption
you.
of
I lost
smart
contact.
kitchens. I've been working on my kitchen being smart. Okay. I can't wait till it cooks for you. In home renovation is due to escalating demand of easy add-ons such as self-regulating dispensers, motion sensing water faucets, one-touch features and chillers, and all kinds of things. The factors including rising mortgage and interest rates and surging home prices are driving millennials to spend more time on home improvements, and a lot of people even doing it yourself. So can you just talk about, since COVID, for example, has it increased or decreased the number of people that are wanting to do renovations and remodeling in their home? Since we're at home more, I would imagine it's increased. Is that true?
Yeah. Well, the last couple of years, because of COVID, it did affect our business as interior design industry because you could no longer go into people's homes.
Right.
But the flip side of that is a virtual design service. So it's called e-design, meaning that it's all electronical, technical, that type of thing. And you can kind of, because of FaceTime and because of Zoom.
Now I can do consultation basically by phone, and I can also service different states and different locations. They don't have to be where I am. I'm muted.
Don't. No.
Yeah, she's working on it. We got a little bit of a back connection, so Dorothy's handling it from the back end. So thanks to the audience for being patient with us, and hopefully you can hear now. And just you can leave it alone and stay muted, and Dorothy will handle it. She's typing it in the other way. So don't worry about it, Karen.
Okay.
You got it. Yeah, they can hear you. So
You got me?
share with us. Yeah, it's okay. You don't have to touch it because Dorothy will handle it. So now that you're working with people virtually, just talk a little bit about where do you start? Give us some easy things, and then we'll talk more about more involved things you can do. Gloria certainly has done major renovation. A lot of you talk about that. And I know that in your new home, you did quite a bit. But Karen, give us on a budget, what are some things that you just want to look around today and you're like, I want to make an update? We were talking yesterday, you gave some great feedback on ways you can do some quick updates. Yeah. what's very quick and very inexpensive is to do paint. Is to paint. Especially I do kitchen and bath remodels, and how I update it. I can change the tiles, I can change the flooring, paint it, change the fixtures, and even change the countertops. And it'll be like it's a brand new facility, a brand new space. Just like those little things. Especially go a long way. You can change out your coffee tables, you can change them out to ottomans, you can change them out to different things, wall art. Very simple, very inexpensive. I like because my clients range from low end to high end. I can shop at Target, I can shop at Home Goods, I can shop at home, Ross, Marshalls, those types of places to get, pictures, updated things, little sculptures, candles, those types of things that you can do right away, inexpensive, and it'll make everything look new and like you spend a lot of money. Wallpaper is really trending right now, and wallpaper has so many gathers of colors, textures, just different things. The geographical shapes, that type of thing. So that is very an inexpensive way as well. One of the paint. Painting sometimes if you're not being, if you're not going out the box and being creative with colors, it can be a little boring. Mm-hmm. I was looking at, I went into the place where we bought our new couch, and the wall was amazing. And so these young ladies that did the wall at our house which is the name of the furniture store, they're going to come in and paint my wall. And then I started looking at wallpaper, and I was like, you know what? I could get almost that same look for a third of the price of the wallpaper. And the wallpaper is unbelievable. And just adding those, what is it called when you add the wood flat thing? What is that called? What's the technical term for that? What's it called, Gloria? I don't know. Wood flat. I don't know. It's the way that you put they put the wood on the wall. I don't know what it's called. Like this thing that you use. When they add the texture to the wall with the wood, what is that actually called? We don't know. But y'all know what I'm talking about. When you use the wood, yes. When you add the wood, everybody knows what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. It's just a plank, a wood, a 2x4. If you would cut up, it's almost on top to make it shape. Yeah. It makes it so beautiful. We have a little bit of a challenging connection. We'll work on that when we go to break. Gloria, you recently has it been 2 years now? You did a total renovation. Can you talk a little bit about that? About what led you to want to do it, and just a little bit you want to share?
Well, I am so excited to have you on here, Karen, because I'm one of those, I am your perfect client. I am your perfect client. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm open to everybody's suggestions. Every time she said, well, I think we should do like that. Okay. I think we should do that. I'm like, okay. Because I had absolutely nothing. And then when my interior designer walked in the house, she looked at me like, I can't even believe you still have this in here. So she just posted my before and after pictures. And it's amazing. I love being in a beautiful home. I love going to their home. I love going to their home. I lift them up. I love it. When I tell you, when I go to Home Goods, I'm the only one who can go to Home Goods and come out with nothing and be so okay with it. Like, I'll be nothing in here. Right? And they go and they see all this stuff. I literally don't see it. I mean, I literally don't see it. I see how people, I just bought a bedroom set. I had my girlfriend buy it for me because I had no clue. So I'm one of those women that you run into that would love a beautiful space, but have no clue how to make it a beautiful space. And so I didn't have a sense of urgency, and exactly what happened to me is I walked into a woman who said, I know how to do it. And she came over just to talk to me about like some little furniture. And it turned into a new kitchen, a new bath suite, a new bedroom, first floor to the floor. We were doing the closet. It was crazy. But we got it done.
Yes, I love it. I know it. We can't wait to come visit. Thank you for the Facebook audience that rescued me. Shiplap. That's the name I was looking for, Karen. Shiplap. Thank you. Can you talk about, we have 2 minutes before we go to break. Can you talk about, because I consider, I'm blessed to have my mama, and she has that gift. And I know what I like, but I can walk in a Target and I don't even know where to start. I just buy a whole bunch of stuff, and then I'm like, what to do with it? So can you talk about how you work with a professional? And of course, we'll give them your contact information since you can work with anyone virtually. But how do you work? How do you figure out a person's style and help them to fall in love with their own home when they don't know what they want or what they're,
You guys want to start up with the break?
The design is you're working with a client. What I do is conversational. I want to know what your home life is. I want to know what your flow is. I want to know how you carry on. If you have dogs, if you have children, what their age is. Do you entertain? Do you have a lot of people in your home? Do you want it to feel like spa life? It's very serene, very peaceful, a sanctuary type of home. That type of thing. So I ask a lot of questions. I'm the type of designer that I don't just come in and just do it for you, even though I do it for you. If you follow what I'm saying. So we're going to go to a break here. We're going to go to a break. We'll be right back after the break, and you will learn more about how so many Americans, the average American, spent $7,500 on home improvement endeavors in 2018. We're going to talk more about it when we come back from the break. Karen, if you, yes.
I get that stated. I thought I was the worst decorator, but Michael's worse than I am. When we're trying to find out the wood thing, he said it's called wood paneling. Now, I know it ain't wood paneling, okay? Okay, go ahead. 1973. Okay, that was 1973, Michael. That was 1973. So we're going to
talk about it, and Karen is we're gonna try to see if we can fix the headset in. That's awesome, Karen. Let's see. You were talking about how you work with your clients, and you were telling us how you really like to get to know them and their style. So just talk a little bit more about how you work with them and lead us into some things we could do if we really want to update our bathroom or kitchen. You could start with either one you want to start with.
Okay. Is this better?
Yes. Way better.
Okay. It's my headset, Lord. Y'all forgive me because all Apple headsets, they're too big or something. They fall off my ears. So I was praying to God that it was going to work out. But okay, we got another alternative. So what I do is I work, like I said, I actually, when I have my initial consultation with a client, I like to come in their home. If I can't come initially, then I virtually do it. And where they're, panning their rooms and I can see what their style is. I can see how they live. I can even see the clutter. And I always tell clients, don't change, because when people are, expecting an interior designer, they want to clean up, they want to put everything away, and they want to, fix it. But it doesn't help us because we need to see what the problem is because we solve them. That's what our gifting is to solve whatever design dilemma someone is dealing with. So if you have a lot of clutter, that tells me you need storage, right? So if there's, something like that, or if you have a large dining table, you have a lot of seating, you have that type of thing. So if I see that, then I know you have a large family or you love to entertain. So it's the different things. I can see your color selection, I can see what colors you like, your home, it really tells a story of who you are. So I love to be in the surroundings of a person that wants to redecorate because it tells me a lot. And then I know how to upgrade and how to change it and how to make it conducive to what they're really wanting. Gloria, it's so funny because I know you're the type of client that you would be like, just do it for me, because I have all of it. But actually, you do have a clue because I can guarantee, just like you dress yourself, you know what you don't like. Right. Fashion wise, I don't like shoes wise. So all of that, people really, they say they don't know, but you do know. You do know what you don't like. So if I present something and you see a rug and I just say, oh, I think this would go good here. And if you don't like the color, you don't like something, you will say that. I don't like that. The designer has to feed off of who they're working with. It's a camaraderie. It's, a relationship. You start developing a relationship. A lot of my clients became friends because, I built a relationship with them. Right. Mm-hmm. I love that. Well, someone who does have a natural knack for it would be Lady Cassette Ellis. Just walking in your home is always so beautiful. It's always where we want to be, and we've been in your new home, but we haven't been in your new home since we've been revisiting Cassette times. Okay, so talk to us. Does it just come natural to you? How do you give us some tips on how to start? Okay. Well, you know what? Let me just say, what comes natural to me is I'm really good at styling myself. I'm really good at knowing what I like. So I would be the client, Karen, and thank you so much for being with us today. I would be the client that could show you a magazine and say, this is my style, this is what I like. Now, what I don't particularly like decorated in my house, my sister Karen is, and not literally, my house is Karenized, okay? And that's my sister's name, yeah. I mean, Karen will come into the house, and I'll have something on the table, and she'll be like, no, she'll just take it and put this over here, this over there. I'm like, are you for real? It looks 100% better. So that's her gift, but I would be that client that would say, and I would say, because she's going to pick out 15 of this, I don't want to look at 15 of this. I don't want to put the colors on the wall. I want to show you a magazine and say, this is my style, stay within it, and we'll be okay. So that's pretty much, I know what looks good, I know what I like, but I don't want to be the one to find it. I don't want to be the one to do all of that. That's not right. But what I will say, Karen, I've noticed, and it's just me, that on social media, what you see a lot of now is people posting stuff on how to get organized. And when I tell you, I'm giving up one obsession for another. I mean, literally, my girlfriends are going to be shocked. I have not shopped for clothes or whatever, but when I tell you, Karen, I have been sharing so much organizational tips, and it blows my mind. And I'm like, okay, I got to stop, because my house is going to be the most organized house in America. And it helps you get so much good space, right, Karen? There are things you can do, but now you got more space for all of that. Talk about that a little bit.
Absolutely. Space planning is one of my fortes, because, like you said, like Karen can just come in and just move, things around and make enough space, for it. Space has a lot to do with organization. Everything should have a place, for it, or it'll simplify too many things. It'll simplify clutter. And what people really desire in their home is a peaceful environment. You come from outside with all the, chaos, all the, it's crazy. So when you get home, you want it to be peaceful. You want to feel serene. I'm a person and that's why I use a lot of candles in design, because I love aromatherapy, and your clients end up loving it too, because that smells, looks, flowers, simple things, can make a total change in a home. The little things, but organization, because that's awesome, and that's where a lot of us need to be. Just where everything is. And then it just looks better. And the awesome thing is you can use so many unique design boxes, to organize, yourself. I like to use hat boxes a lot, because they have such, decor, they have such different fabrics, different colors, different sizes, shapes, that type of thing. But they're a conversational piece, but they look wonderful on open shelving. And you look at it and it's just like, that's pretty. But you wouldn't think that you have a whole bunch of junk, on the inside of it. Yeah, I was working with working with my girlfriend who has that natural knack. She's been helping me with interior design. I was going to have a built-in behind my desk. They were going to build it in. She said, you can take these Billy bookshelves from IKEA. The Billy bookshelves are, it'll cost me pennies on the dollar to get these Billy bookshelves. Yeah. And by the time you add the crown molding and the part on the bottom, it looks like it's built in. And she showed me 3 little videos on YouTube. I was like, OMG. Like, literally, it's thousands of dollars less than what it would cost. Correct. For $1,000, I can have this that will look built in, so y'all will see it on We Got Issues. We're going to talk about, let me have you answer Fran Sanders' question. She said, if you are planning a big remodel, when do you contact an interior designer? Before you get to the contractor, at the very beginning, or do you choose your contractor first and then an interior designer? Great question, Fran. That is a great question. What I would suggest is that you select the interior designer first, because the designer is going to be very instrumental in collaborating and booking a good general contractor, because the designer will know what the contractor would need, license-wise, insurance-wise, to make sure that they're legit, that type of thing. Make sure that they know code, make sure if they have, plumbing, engineering, lighting,
all of that, a designer can pick out and just has what is the word? Instinct of if the contractor is legit or not. I know I do. I used to work for Lowe's. I was a kitchen and bath designer for 2 years. So we vetted so many contractors. So because it was for everybody. So I am totally aware when a contractor is not up to code. So a designer kind of knows that because we work with them every day. We create, we design, we do the whole thing, but we don't build anything. I can't put in a faucet. Some of us can, but I'm not one. That's not my area. But faucet, the lighting fixture, that's not my call. So yeah, when we have a break, when we come back from the break, we're going to have you talk specifically about kitchen design and DIY, and want to bring our girlfriend Sabrina of Monday in, you are so good, Sabrina, at creating an ambiance and environment in your home. And you've moved a lot, so every time you have to set it up again and make it look pretty and get it to where it's that time. So we'll talk about that when we come back. More with Karen Michelle Carter, who is our resident interior designer. We will be right back. This is the Force of Friendship on We Got Issues radio station. It's 9:10 a.m. The Superstation coming to you Monday through Friday from 6 to 7 Eastern Time. Monday through Friday, we are empowered women who empower women through leadership, friendship, and leadership, friendship, and mentorship. We are so all of it. All of that. Well, these stats really got to me. In 2018, remodeling a kitchen cost an average of $14,000. Now, Karen, that is not in California, okay? I can see or Maryland. In California, no. Yeah, or Maryland, I was like $14,000. Or Michigan. And it ain't going to be nor down. Also, I know there's some things you could do for $14,000, so you're going to tell us about that. 40% of homeowners who were renovating were millennials. Listen to this. In the United States, most houses need remodeling and improvement because 80% of them are 20 years or older. 50% of houses in the United States were built before 1980. 30%
of 137 million homes in the country are 50 years or older. And there's nothing like walking in, there's certainly benefits for having an older home, but there's nothing like walking in. I visited a lot of homes in Chicago, and you walk in some of the older homes, and it's totally renovated on the inside, and they have that gorgeous look on the outside and a totally new, smart look on the inside. So, Karen, I just want to go to you, and then I'll circle back to you, Sabrina. Talk to us about kitchen. Kitchen specifically. What are people doing with their kitchens? What are some things you can do with your kitchen to get it upgraded?
Yes. Well, people are changing the flooring. Mainly, what I'm doing a lot with, a lot of people want an open floor plan. So they want to be able to see the dining area or the entire living room space from the kitchen. If you're cooking in there, especially if you entertain, you don't want a wall in between. I have a client now, and we're talking about that. Because she has a wall in between the dining area. So when she's cooking and, everybody's sitting in the dining, she has got to lean back or she's got to run around the corner to get in the conversation. So I always, suggest either a pony wall, cutting it in half, or just taking the wall down if there's not a load-bearing wall where you're able to do that. So, but for just a simple renovation, that would kind of be in that price range. It's kind of low end for the kitchen, but
Karen, you don't have to say it like that. Okay, be low end. Just because like that, low end.
come on, Karen, the range is $7,000.
Right.
No, because that's like a New York apartment kitchen. That's real small. But just depends on the size of your kitchen. But flooring is an easy change. Backsplash, a new countertop. The new countertop now is probably where your most expense would be, depending on, the length. But a new countertop, especially if you're doing quartz, which is kind of a higher end. Granite is kind of upgrade. I used to not be a fan of granite because I don't like when it's dark. Granite used to be just really dark. Everything was black, and behind it was little sparkles. It was dreadful to me. But now they've changed, so they have more of a variety of choices. So you would change, the countertop. You would do a new black splash, the fixtures and faucets, those type of things, and lighting, and updating appliances. So when you do, because your appliances can cost, depending on how you want it. You can go from low end to high end, but a lot of it should go there because people, if they're really cooks, they want a higher end, convection stove or the right type of slide in. It just depends.
And how about the cabinet? How about the cabinet that people can't replace them, but they resurface them? Does that save you a significant amount of money? Just changing the knob, yes, it does. Resurfacing them.
And I was gonna get there because cabinetry can be most of your budget. Cabinetry and your countertop. The easy way and what's trending now because you can paint your cabinet any array of color you want. Benjamin Moore, also Sherman Williams, actually have painted cabinets, but you're able to use their paint and paint it yourself. That's a good DIY type of project that you could do, and changing and upgrading the hardware, and it'll look like you just bought a whole new set of cabinetry.
Wow. Well, Sabrina, you've moved. You've been all over now. Moved to Ohio. Where do you start when you, after they, you move in, they get your furniture there? How do you make it your own and create the style?
Well, you know what? I've done a lot of different ways, Karen, and thank you so much for being with us. Can you guys hear me? Because Mike is muted. Can you hear me? Okay. Good. Yeah. And it's interesting that home is what you make it, and once you determine your style, and I'm so grateful for a mentor. It was one of our first homes that we built. She just had a knack And I learned so much from decorating from her to how to make it feel good, smell good. I'm literally taught me that because everybody just doesn't have it. But there are a lot of people around you who have it. And so I think, like you said, the way it smells, paintings on the wall, space. I do not like clutter. So you will never find stuff on my kitchen cabinet. I remember going to my house and she's like, where's all your stuff? I said, it ain't on the counter, okay? And so different places, different levels, different stuff. And you make it work. Like right now, we're in AAA house, so basically I have half my house. And I had to change my attitude. It's like, for them to be mad that you don't have a full house. It's our wine country cottage. That's what I'm calling it. And so I utilize half myself until we get in our permanent housing space. But I think attitude, organization, surrounding, making sure that we don't have the knack. You got a girlfriend who does have the knack. When I tell you my sister-in-law, you guys, I was at her house in Atlanta a couple of months ago. She has totally redone her guest bedroom because now that it's semesters. But I mean, she put the crown molding up, the wallpaper, totally redid the wall space, and she taught herself. She taught herself, like, I mean, you can YouTube everything now and learn how to do it. Everything. And so, yeah, you can. Karen, I'm not trying to take your job. I'm not trying to tell people to take your job. But you can YouTube style. If it's ugly, it's ugly, okay? Yeah, I get that. People that do it DIY still can use an interior designer, right, Karen? Even if you want to do it yourself because you want to know where to start. Like, what is it? Exactly. How do I look? Yes, yeah. And how do you not go? Okay. Go ahead. We're out of time. I just thank Karen for what she does because sometimes interior designers can help. You can have a dot, but you don't really know how to put it all together. And that's what they do. So thank you, Karen, for what you do. Yes.
Karen, I want you to dig in how people can reach you because I know you said you would offer consultation for our tribe who wants to know how to get started. So tell them how to reach you before we conclude the show today.
Yes. Well, I'm on Facebook under Dispel Design Studio. And I'll probably have to type that in. But if you go on
tell it out loud real quickly for our radio audience. It's DECDLLE, Design Studio for the radio.
Right. D is in David. E is in Charlie. ELLE Design Studio. And I'm on everything as that. So I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I'm revamping my website because it still is. It will be DispelDesignStudio.com. So that's how you can get me.
Well, we are so grateful. There's nothing that makes you feel better than walking into a home that looks good, smells good, and feels good. I can't wait to go travel back to Chicago to our new home as we continue to renovate. Karen, thank you so much. I'll be calling on you personally. I'm so glad you're my friend, and I encourage the rest of you to reach out as well. Y'all, tomorrow, this has a fabulous show. 10 seconds, Chris. Tell about the show. And she's muted. It's a fabulous guest tomorrow. An amazing show.
Yeah, Dr. Connor is our guest on tomorrow. Tomorrow is International Women's Day, so it's going to be an amazing conversation you don't want to miss.
We will see you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in to We Got Issues. Thank